Hey, how's it going, everybody? There's some people wondering about the LYTX for the Kroger delivery vans, trucks, whatever you want to call it. And I told somebody I was actually going to make a video, but I've been so busy I totally forgot. This video is going to look like crap because it's dark, because it is 7:47 and I'm in Texas, and I'm actually just leaving Walmart, so I'm going to go ahead and make this video for that individual real quick. All I can tell you is what my experience has been, and pretty much trying to think of how to get it all out. This is just kind of out of the blue that I'm doing this. So with the LYTX cameras, from what I've been told, I don't know how true or not true it is. I guess like anybody that's a manager for the, like where the dispatchers are, they can go into any of the LYTX cameras anytime they want, and they can pull it up that way. And supposedly when the camera is going by and it's blue, because there's lights at the bottom of the camera that light up, and when it's green, you're fine, nothing's happening, it's not recording. But when it turns red, I believe it records for like 30 seconds, I believe. And also, I'm not sure if it's this way with the LYTX cameras, but I know when I used to work at, when I was an Amazon delivery driver, I remember them telling me about their camera system. Could be a little bit different, I'm not entirely sure. But pretty much, if you follow anybody too close. Oh, and let me preface this. Some cameras are more sensitive than others. I don't know why, because they're all LYTX cameras. It's all a LYTX camera system. But I noticed I'm a really good driver as far as knowing what to do to not have that camera go off, aside from them just randomly going into the camera somehow. I guess they can do that. That's what I've been told. Again, don't know if that's true or not true. I always just drive, normal anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to do a bunch of illegal stuff or anything like that. But if you run a stop sign, it'll start recording. If you run a red light, it'll start recording. If you hit your brakes too hard, like if you slam on your brakes, it'll start recording, because I think it thinks that either you got in a wreck or you almost got in a wreck or whatever. If you hit the gas pedal too hard, like say if you're at a stop sign or a red light, it can trigger it. I don't think it really does with the LYTX system, but I'm just going to err on the side of caution and say that it could. What else? So yeah, and you got to keep your following distance between you and the car in front of you, and it is based on speed. So if you're going 60 miles an hour, you got to have a different amount of distance than if you're going 20 or 30 miles an hour. And I know at my station in Lancaster, Texas, Dallas, Texas, I guess, whenever it records you for any reason at all, they actually do take the time to go in and look. And, they won't call you to come see them the day of. It might be the next day, or it could be next week. It just depends whenever they get around to it. And what the people do where I work, it seems like they wait until they have a list of people, and then they start calling us in one by one to go over whatever it is. And also another thing, smoking, it will detect you for smoking, and it'll say that it's recording because of smoking in the vehicle. Now that's one thing I don't know because I don't smoke, so I don't really know how true or not true that is. I used to work at FedEx, and one time a vehicle, somehow my name was attached to the vehicle. I guess I didn't log out of my device at the end of the day when I got done, and somebody else the next day had taken that vehicle, and one of the managers came up to me and was like, "Hey, you got one for smoking in the vehicle, and we're going to watch the video." I was like, "You didn't get me smoking because I don't smoke." And so they pulled up the video, and it was somebody else, but it showed up under my name. And doesn't matter if it's for Kroger or FedEx. I'm sure probably for UPS, whatever. Anybody that has a camera system in their vehicle, I think all of them detect you for smoking in the vehicle. And so I would suggest to not do that. And one other thing too is when you are done with your shift, double, triple check if you have to, but make sure you are logged out. Make sure that vehicle is not attached to you, just so you don't have to deal with the headache when somebody else the next day gets into the vehicle, because you're not ever in the same vehicle. It's from one day to the next, it's different, unless it's a fluke. But yeah, just make sure at the end of your shift that you are totally logged out of everything. And I'm right now I'm mostly applying this to Kroger for the LYTX system and all of that. And what they showed us, which I already knew because I already had prior delivery driver experience, but what they told us was, with the camera, you got to have a 4-second distance between you and the car in front of you. And what that means is, and also if you haven't gone through the training yet, if they're decent trainers that are, not saying that they're bad, but if they're experienced enough to bring it to your attention, they should, while you're on the highway, or whatever road that you're driving on, they should demonstrate to you how to gauge the 4-second following distance. And pretty much what you do is you take anything that's stationary. It can be an overpass, it can be one of the big green signs on the highway, one of the big green exit signs on the highway, whatever kind of sign, anything stationary, you pick that thing, the car that's in front of you. When the back end of that car is at that item or overpass or whatever you choose, start counting. 1, 2, you can even do Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. And if you get to that item before the 4-second count, then you're too close. And the camera, the LYTX, it will keep going off. It will keep getting you for that. So I usually don't have a problem with it. The only time that I ever have that stupid thing go off is whenever I'm in town in a busy area, and there's a lot of traffic, and we're not necessarily going fast, but we're not going slow, and I can't really leave that big of a gap just because I can't. Everybody will keep getting in front of me, and I'll never get where I'm going. I do try to do that to the best of my ability, but that can be a little bit challenging when you're in a busy, downtown area, or any like neighborhood type roads that are kind of busy. So just be mindful of that, and see if there's anything else. That's really all that I can think of. I hope that answered your questions. If not, then you can reach back out to me, send me send a message, and I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. And it's Saturday night. Everybody be safe out there, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your weekend. If you got to work, just watch out for everybody. People are being dumb. It's getting closer to the holidays, so the roads are busier. So just don't cause yourself a bunch of unnecessary distractions. And I know what else. If you're driving and you reach for a drink, even if you don't grab anything and you go to click something on your phone, the camera system will go off. Now, I never got busted, and I'm not saying that you should do this. You can do it at your own risk. Take it for what it's worth. But when you're in the trucks, especially if it's the Ford Transit one, which is smaller than the 350, I wish I could turn my camera around, but so like here's the steering wheel, right? You got the driver's side door right here. Driver's side door. There's a cup holder. There's usually a cup holder right up here. You can get all right, a couple things. You can either put your drink in there, and I would say maybe not when you're on the highway, but if you're kind of in traffic and it's real slow, try to have a cup that has a straw in it, and you can go ahead and take a sip real quick while you're going down the road. Or you can put your phone in there, and they have phone holders. If you have like a iPhone Plus, and whatever, 13 plus, 14 plus, 16 plus, whatever it is, your phone's going to be too big to actually go in the cup holder very well. It'll go in it a little bit, kind of on top of it, but you can get a phone holder that's for a cup holder, and because of the position of that cup holder, those are perfect for that. And you put your phone in it, and you can kind of click whatever you need to click, because not always, but most of the time, the camera is out of view from that little bitty corner. Now, I'm not saying to do this. I actually have supposedly gotten away with it, but you can try that if you want. Don't try it if you don't want to. I'm not telling you should. Just saying, it works for me. And I don't do it all the time. If my daughter is calling me or something, then I will, and I'll get to a safe spot where I can pull over for a minute so I can see what's going on. And that's about the best tip that I can give you as far as anything like that goes. But yes, some of the cameras are more sensitive than others, and I have no idea why. Sometimes I'll have these cameras going off constantly the entire day. I really don't know if they're recording anything or if they're not, because they don't call me out on it. It's just, it's weird. I'll be driving down the highway. There won't be a soul, they'll be 200-300 yards down the road. Like, I don't have anybody really in front of me. and that thing will start going off. And most of the time, it'll tell you if it starts recording. It'll either say, watch your speed, slow down, things like that. So most of the time, you should know why it's recording. They make a lot of noise, and so sometimes even when they're not recording, when it's just a bunch of blue dots going back and forth, it'll beep sometimes, but that doesn't mean that it's recording. So I think that's all that I have. I've never really explained the LYTX camera before, really. I have a little bit as far as, you gotta watch your following distance because it'll go off. I mentioned some stuff like that, but I haven't made a video strictly only on that. And so there you go. I hope that helps. Like I say, if you have any more questions, please leave a comment, let me know, and I'll get back to you just as soon as possible. And if you're not following along or subscribed, please do so. If you feel like this can help anybody else, go ahead, please share the video. And if it was helpful, hit the like button, please. I'm really trying to build this channel, and I don't mind making a video if somebody needs some information about something about working for Kroger or the LYTX system or anything along that line. But most of my videos, most likely, from here on, are probably going to mostly be about the stock market, because I'm getting into that. And also, I can go live now, so I can do a little bit more of what I've kind of been wanting to do, which is go live and have you guys follow me. Because apparently YouTube has changed some of their criteria, and I guess I have just enough criteria. I think I'd have like 25 followers, I believe, subscribers, and I'm over the 25 subscriber point, so that's good. And now I don't know if I'm limited to anything particular, but just wanted to kind of put that information out there too. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys next time.